This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC 307. I'm going to give you guys my lock of the week, which is a dog. We're going to talk my most confident picks on the card. We'll talk my favorite underdogs aside from the lock, D-Gen props of the night, and then we'll finish it out with the parlays. So make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on, and make sure you share the video too. Last week was a damn good one because Bryan Battle snapped it on point with the lock of the week hitting. He was a really confident call, and I was very happy to see him go out there and have a career performance. Beaten up, Juice. Was very happy as not only a Battle backer, but also the fan of Bryan Battle. Was good to see him go out there and do his thing in that type of way. And I feel like, you know, the Joanderson Brito fight was a robbery. We would have swept the whole thing if not for that. But it's all good because sometimes bad decisions happen. That is the fight game. This week, I'm bringing fire for the pay-per-view. So without further ado, the lock of the week.
Presenting the UFC Hall of Famer and the former two-time UFC featherweight champion, Jose Aldo Jr.
Jose Aldo, lock of the week. I told you guys I was going for an underdog, and this was the underdog that spoke to me. I kept saying to myself, Jose Aldo has a great chance to win this fight. I've been picking him since this fight was announced. Mario Batista's the guy that's going to send Jose Aldo into retirement? I just really don't think so. I understand Batista has a really nice record. Batista's on a nice win streak. He's a pressure striker who has some wrestling. He's in good shape, but it's not like he has any outstanding skills that give Jose Aldo a substantial risk. We saw Merab consistently fail at taking down Jose Aldo. Sure, yes, he held him against the cage and he won a decision. Could Mario Batista attempt to employ the same game plan? He'd be stupid not to. But he doesn't have the same level of pressure as Merab, nor do I think he has the same striking volume and skill set. I don't think he can kickbox as well as Merab. Batista's striking is okay at best. I thought he was damn close to losing to Damon Blackshear, who took the fight on short notice. He had a competitive back and forth with Ricky Simón, who went on to lose to Vinicius Oliveira, who's on the come up, but still was only his second UFC fight. And this is supposed to be the guy that beats Jose Aldo? I mean, it's impressive that he has 6 wins in a row, but Brian Kelleher, Guido Canetti, Damon Blackshear, Ricky Simón, to name 4 of them, they don't scream top-tier contender, nor do they scream ending Jose Aldo's run. The comeback of Aldo's, I think, on point. He looked real good with Jonathan Martinez dominating him in a fight. And then his last loss comes in 2022, and it's against Merab. But before that, he was on a 3-fight win streak. Jose Aldo still got something. And he wasn't just sitting out and chilling. He was doing pro boxing. He was fighting still. Jose Aldo's one of those guys that came back from boxing looking more clean with the striking. I think he is going to be able to defend the takedowns as he always has been able to against Mario Batista. And the kickboxing level difference is vast. I think you're going to see Jose Aldo go out and have a quality performance. It's not an easy win because Batista's a hungry up-and-comer. And this is the fight where Batista is potentially making the jump towards the elite in the UFC bantamweight division, or he's getting sent back. I don't think he's jumping through Jose Aldo. If Aldo's a gatekeeper here, the gate is locked shut. And I think that is simply why Jose Aldo has to be a lock of the week for me, especially when you give me odds of plus 120 or more. I mean, this is crazy. Jose Aldo's a plus 124 underdog right now against Mario Batista, whose best win is Ricky Simón, whose second best win is Damon Blackshear. I guess before his loss, he beat Miles Johns, but Johns is not a top 15 guy, and I like Miles Johns. I'm a fan, but not a top 15 guy. No way. Jose Aldo is going to send Mario Batista back to the bottom of the top 15, potentially back to the unranked. Shout out to the Zins. I think Jose Aldo is in for a huge win, and I'm picking him as the underdog lock. And I'm actually feeling more and more confident as we talk about it because Jose Aldo's career is built upon amazing takedown defense. And now Mario Batista is going to smotherfuck him? I don't think he's the one. I'm going Jose Aldo, lock, money line, plus 124. We're going underdog. The decision prop is not bad either. That currently sits at plus 200. I'm very excited about this week's lock, and you should be too. We're going Jose Aldo for the W. Let's jump to the next section. Let's go for the most confident picks on the card. I got some solid most confident picks. You see 4 on the screen, but I'm going to drop 1 extra at the end. First up, we're going Ryan Spann. The reason I listed him first is, well, I mean, the odds are a lot nicer than some of the others. Currently, Ryan Spann is a minus 235 favorite against Ovince St. Preux, and I think it is incredibly likely that he's going to go out and finish OSP. Now, what's weird is I'm looking at books, and they seem to have the inside distance line as larger than the money line, which makes 0 sense. Expect that to change in the next 48 hours or so as we head into the weigh-ins. But inside distance for Spann is a relatively confident call, but the money line at minus 235 is very high confidence. I mean, Spann is essentially, I think, a lock here at a decent tag. I believe people are being tempted to attack the Ovince St. Preux underdog side because they're looking at plus money. Oh my God, OSP, he was a plus 265, plus 270. Yo, now he's plus 200. Dude, we're betting him. I don't think it's a good pick. Ovince St. Preux hasn't looked good in a long time. You can give him respect for a win against Kenley Nzechukwu, but he didn't look good. Wasn't impressive. Fight before that, he got absolutely wrecked by Felipe Lins in 49 seconds. Fight before that, he looked like trash in 2022 against Shogun and nearly lost to the corpse of Shogun, who Ihor Potieria knocked out in the first round. Before that, he was up at heavyweight and Tanner Bozier knocked him out. And before that, Jamal Hill KO'd him. He hasn't really went out and looked great in a fight since 2020 against Alonzo Menafield. It was 4 years ago, bro. This is Ryan Spann's fight all day long. I get it. You can be a little bit worrisome about him losing a few. He's got 3 losses in a row. But Nikita Krylov is a monster, still on the ground, and he beat OSP in their rematch. Anthony Smith, he barely lost that fight, to be fair. And Bogdan Gushkov, he dominated the first round, but was so fearful of the striking that he kind of fell apart. I think we're going to see a win inside of the distance for Spann. The problem is I don't see a good inside distance line. You're not crazy to attack a Spann by submission at plus 500 simply because it's way better than a minus 150 KO prop. I will tell you this, you're going to see Spann's name in the parlay section, and the money line is a nice touch on that one. If you are looking for extra plus money and you're looking to chase a prop, sure, DGen prop is that big plus 500 win by submission call, but it wouldn't surprise me if he claps Spann, if Spann claps OSP up with some big punches and he knocks him out. So we're going with Ryan Spann. He's a damn confident pick. Next one, I'm going with a quality striker, Cesar Almeida over Ihor Potieria. I see him winning this fight. Now, he's like a minus 360 favorite right now, so a bit of a wide tag. The odds have come down a bit. It was a little higher earlier in the week, but it's still flip-flopping depending where you go. He has a vast striking advantage, and he's coming off of a relatively competitive loss to Roman Kopylov, who was way too high of a level jump for him. But now we're going Potieria. I think this is an extremely winnable fight. Poteria's coming off the bad loss to Michel Pereira. Before that, he did beat Robert Bryczek, who was a pretty highly touted prospect from Poland. But as we've seen on Contender Series, okay, Polish fighters ain't thriving right now at a high level outside of like Marcin Tybura and Jan Blachowicz. I think that Potieria is going to lose this fight, and I think that Potieria is going down. Now, you can say, oh, bro, he's not Polish. No, I'm talking about Bryczek, who Potieria beat. I don't think it's a massive win, even though he had a lot of hype. He had no fucking proven W's in the UFC. Cesar Almeida, say what you want about him. The dude's elite in striking. He's gone 1-2 against Pereira in kickboxing. He had moments against Roman Kopylov, who's awesome. I think Almeida's good to get a knockout. High likelihood KO. Now, it's an ugly line at minus 225, but I'm riding with the side of Cesar Almeida to take it home. He should beat a Poteria. Poteria has okay striking. He's kind of slick, but he still has some defensive flaws. The chin comes up a bit high, and he's going to be taking on somebody who just simply levels above him. And that's why I'm so confident that Cesar Almeida probably finds the kill shot. So, knockout, Cesar Almeida, but obviously most confident on the money line. Next one, ladies fight. It's Kayla Harrison. She's minus 900. This tag sucks. There's really nothing you can do besides add her as like a final leg to a long parlay to get any value. But, you know, she is going to win the fight, and it's called Most Confident Picks for a reason. Now, I do think this fight probably also does go over a round and a half. That's simply because I respect Ketlen Vieira's abilities. I don't think she just gets destroyed in a round. I believe she could survive till the end. Over 1.5 is minus 300, which is a relatively good tag for the fight. And then decision for Harrison plus 110, but I wouldn't really run out and bet that decision. It is my official pick, but it wouldn't blow my mind if she's able to drop some hammers and get vicious ground and pound going. It's just simply I do have, fair amount of respect for Ketlen Vieira's defensive grappling abilities and her overall game. I mean, she's a good fighter. It's just I think Kayla Harrison is on the track to become the UFC Women's Bantamweight champ, and I'm hoping that that's the reality we're in. So Kayla Harrison at minus 900, ugly odds, but still a confident pick, and the odds reflect that confidence. Next up, Poatan Pereira. And still, I'm going with Shama for the W in this one. Shama. I think Pereira's taking it home. Now, he is a big favorite, minus 460, which is why it's not like lockable or anything like that, straight on a money line. It becomes a parlay piece, but he should be levels above Khalil Roundtree. Now, you and I both love Khalil Roundtree's story, okay? I've been following Roundtree since Tough, and it would be a beautiful thing if he became a world champion after such a long road, being an overweight, misfit type of kid who was picked on to becoming a UFC champion. It would be beautiful. And I love the fairy tale. I just don't necessarily believe in fairy tales. To be fair, Khalil Roundtree is the Buster Douglas of MMA right now. But Alex Pereira is not Mike Tyson. Alex Pereira is not going to overlook and disrespect the dangerous savage like Khalil Roundtree, okay? He's not going to take this lightly. I think this fight's going under 2.5 at minus 225. Now, let me tell you something. That under 2.5 at minus 225 is as locky as I've ever seen it. The only reason I didn't put the under 2.5 as a most confident pick as opposed to like a Harrison or a Pereira call is because that bet is not available everywhere. On Hard Rock Bet, you can't find it. On Bet Online, I'm not seeing it. I know Bovada has it. So I want to be fair to everybody who's using more general books that don't have as many options with over-unders. So I didn't put it as the simple most confident pick. But to add one, and this is not the extra one, to add one under 2.5 at minus 225 is a most confident pick. It's one of my most confident, if not my most confident picks on this card. It's just not all of you are going to be able to get access to it. Maybe run over to Bovada. They should be sponsoring me. I'm shouting them out. I'm shouting them out for nothing. Bovada, what's up? Under 2.5 is a money play, though. It's going to be under 2.5. I'll be shocked if we get over 2.5 rounds. So under 2.5 minus 225, damn good lock too, and something worth mentioning. Now, to add more, I want to drop one more. We're going to bring Aldo and Batista up. It's over 2.5 at minus 300. Yes, it's going to go over. I'm picking Aldo by a decision. I think he outpoints a Batista. But maybe you're nervous of that side. Maybe you don't agree with my lock. But we can both agree that this fight is going the distance. And at minus 300, that's a lock over. And I think it's got a real high chance of cashing. So something worth mentioning, especially for those that aren't tailing me with the lock with Jose Aldo. If you're not lined up and agreeing, maybe we can meet in the middle. And you think that over is going to hit. There you go. Over 2.5. Those are my 5 most confident picks on the card, and we're not done yet because we got to talk favorite underdogs. And simply put, we got 2, and one of them's the lock. We already know about that one. So Wonder Boy, Karate Kid, we need a W from you, Wonder Boy. I'm picking Wonder Boy as a dog to win. I don't think this is the greatest money line bet ever because you're betting on a 40-year-old kickboxer. But he does have a clear striking edge over Joaquin Buckley, and he's way better from the mid and long range. Worry is Buckley in the boxing range has an advantage. Buckley hits really hard. Buckley's good with overhand punches. We've seen Woodley rock Wonderboy back in the day. And Buckley can kind of wrestle nicely. So potentially threatening Wonderboy a bit on the feet and then timing some takedowns. We could see Buckley pull off an upset. Or I guess he's the favorite. For me, it would be an upset because I'm picking Wonderboy to win. But, you know, currently Buckley's like minus 214. I just don't agree with the tag. I think that's more of a 50-50. Wonderboy looks great against strikers still. He's still got a win over Kevin Holland in 2022. I get it, he lost to Shavkat, but Shavkat's fighting for the damn belt. And now they're disrespecting Wonderboy like this? He's not washed. I don't think so. And I'm picking him. Plus 184. Forget about the props in that fight. If you're looking to bet on that one and you're down with me, we're going dog money. You're looking for a big W. We're going to be up at the end. Plus 184, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to take it home. He is an underdog pick. He is a solid underdog, but at the end of the day, I have to give you guys caution on risk. You know, it's not the same level of confidence as the most confident picks or the underdog lock, but still, it is a call that I respect, and it is a call that I'm going out and picking, and I think it's going to happen. So Wonderboy for the W at plus 184 is the second of the favorite underdogs, with the first obviously being Jose Aldo. We got to jump to the DGen props of the night. We're going to mix in some over-unders here, and they're going to be chalky. But to keep true to the name of the segment, we got plus 400 Kevin Holland by knockout. This is not a most likely outcome. This is not a definite. But my God, I hope that he chins Dolidze. This is a hope. This is a prayer to the MMA gods. Please. We need Kevin Holland to sleep Dolidze. Dolidze's striking is atrocious, and Kevin Holland can box. And at middleweight, he's still heavy-handed. And I think he's going to find that Dolidze chin, especially at elevation. Those big muscles will tire him out. And the little skinny Kevin Holland's going to drop some hammers and maybe put Dolidze to sleep. So KO for Holland, plus 400. Now for some more confident calls, Esparza Torres over 2.5. This could have been in the most confident pick section, but I felt like an absolute arse to put it in there. I felt like I'm being a biatch if I threw this in. But yes, over 2.5 Esparza Torres. I'd be shocked if this shit don't happen, and it wouldn't blow my mind if this was minus 1,000. It's minus 600 though. To add a little more, over under Thunder, we're going over. Lucindo Rodriguez over 2.5 and minus 325. Also seems like a pretty likely hitter. I like those three for this DGen prop section. I think they make a lot of sense. And now I know some of you say, oh, well, why not put Torres by decision then if you're picking her? Well, simply put, I don't really want to at minus 125. There's way better bets to make. So I go with the over because no matter who wins, they probably win in a damn decision. Those are my favorite DGen props slash over-unders of the night. And we got to jump to the famed and fan favorite section. We got to talk about these damn parlays. And I'm bringing the big ones for this card. I really try to keep a good variety going while mixing in the safer calls. You know, there's essentially a parlay for everybody. I'm telling you what I'm thinking of the best parlays on this card. And I got a good feeling that this thing could shock everybody in clean sweep, okay? And I wanted to add a few extra DGen ones simply for the fun, because I know some of you guys like chasing the big plus money with a few bucks. Mine as well. And maybe you're going crazy throwing $100 at a plus 7,000. We'll get to it. All right, first things first. Ryan Spann and Cesar Almeida should both win this fight. It's minus, or both win their fights, minus 127. I think that's relatively safe, but there was a little hesitancy for some on the side of Cesar Almeida. So instead, Spann and Pereira at minus 140 is a nice one right there. If you're not sold on Almeida, you want to put the three together. They are confident picks. It's plus 119 to pull through. I think it's relatively safe. Now, if you want Pereira Roundtree under 2.5 with the Spann and Almeida calls to bring you nice plus 158, it's quality. And I think it is live to happen. Now, for those that are looking for more plus money, you're like, bro, if it ain't 2-1, go fuck yourself. Well, there it is. Aldo and Spann plus 208. I think you're more than doubling your money with that one. I think it's hitting. Aldo, Spann, and Almeida at plus 294. It seems great. Almeida should be able to dominate Poteria. What's he going to do? Poteria's going to chin Almeida? I don't think so. I don't think so. We keep going with fire. Pereira, Aldo, Spann, and Almeida. So we're adding in the champ to it all. You're in it for a W at plus 384. I think it's live. Now, if you don't want to play Pereira straight, I'm telling you, that under 2.5 is A tier. You're just not all going to be able to bet it. With Aldo, Spann, and Almeida, plus 468. To be honest, I love it. And if you're not a big believer in Almeida, just slash them out. Okay, and this is why I tell you, never just screenshot this section, because I got more to offer than just a fucking screenshot, than just what's on the screen. I'm elaborating. slash out Almeida, you're still getting big plus money. And you still got a money play. That's definitely going to hit as well. Now, span the Aldo Batista over 2.5 and Kayla Harrison is if you're looking for an alternate Savage W. That's the one. Plus 104, double thumbs up from me. I see it coming through. To bring a little more steam, though, Pereira, Span, Almeida, Aldo, and Batista over 2.5, plus 187. I think it's a massive W for a 4-peat. I think it's going to happen. I think it is. I think it's almost a must. It's almost a must happen. Makes sense to me. And again, for those that don't like Almeida, just cross them out. But most of you love them. Now, if we're looking for D-Gen Zone, this is because I gave you a massive W, but I want big money. I want big money. I'm a risky guy. Pereira KO, Almeida KO, Aldo by decision, and Ryan Span. Plus 731. You're a degenerate, son, but you're going to win. Okay, let's add a little more. Pereira by KO, Almeida by KO, Aldo decision, Span, and Kayla Harrison. Woo! The only value you're ever going to get on Harrison is adding to this one. You got plus 824. That's big money. But you're not done because you're greedy. You're a greedy one. Pereira KO, Almeida KO, Aldo decision, Span, Harrison, the Pennington and Esparza over 2.5 plus 953. The Holy Grail. Here you go. There it is. But you're not at plus 1,000 and you're a 10-1 or nothing type of guy. So let me give it to you. We add the same one you see with the Pereira KO, Almeida KO, Aldo decision, Span, Harrison, Pennington Esparza over 2.5, and then you add Rodriguez and Lucindo to go over 2.5 because these ladies' fights tend to go long. You got plus 1,226. There you go. There's your plus 1,000 or more. But you're like, no, that's not enough for me. I'm an asshole. Okay, dude. Here's the huge one. It's going to be huge. Plus 7,460. If you rock with that same one and you believe Kevin Holland's hands are going to find that Dolidze chin to the MMA gods, please pray that we come through because that's massive plus money. And I think that's life-changing for some of you. Plus 7,460 for the huge one. That's going to be crazy when it hits. I'm excited about these parlays. I got a great feeling. Everything's going amazing. I feel very in line right now. I feel spiritual right now with these parlays, and we're blessed. I can feel it. I can feel it. The parlay section looks great this week, and I'm really excited to see what all comes through. I think we got some money calls. I think we got some A-tier picks, high confidence picks, mixed in with, honestly, a high confidence underdog. There's quality all the way through. A little D-Gen props, some overs, some unders, maybe with Pereira. You can mix and match how you like with all the information that I'm giving you, but this right here is the parlay sheet. And I think that is live for a clean sweep. I believe it in my soul. Let's see what goes down fight day, but I got confidence. I'm very excited because I'm going for the damn underdog lock. I got some money, most confident picks. I got some good underdogs and D-Gen props. And I think I got some amazing parlays to close out the show. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite parlay? What are the people playing? I want to hear from you guys. What are the thoughts? You guys agree with some of mine? Maybe you love them. Maybe you don't. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Now, if you got nothing to say in the comments, but just enjoy the content you want to support, W in the chat to boost the algorithm for your boy. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Smash the like button on your way out. And if you're new, subscribe. I'll see you all for the Fight Companion, which goes down Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm looking forward to being live for this whole card. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.